Today we are continuing our journey where we are checking out significant parts of the female body. Recently a beautiful lady showed me her perfect body, and although it was really perfect, she asked me maybe what would you think, should I get some upper mids or some more bottom whatever, and I said sorry, I have to make a video about that, and here it is. So yeah, in reality she asked me what she can do to make her guitar sound maybe more like a Les Paul if it's a Strat shaped guitar, or maybe simulate different pickups, and the secret or the solution for that is you have to EQ your guitar signal. So let me open the editor of the beautiful Valeton GP200. It's here, and as you can see, this is my effects chain. Currently I'm using a patch from my preset pack which I'm offering, so if you're interested in getting the these kick-ass high-gain tones, please contact me on Facebook or Messenger. So that is the patch. Let me turn off the delay. And as you can see, I'm playing a Harley Benton Fusion guitar, very beautiful, my favorite, but yeah, let's see what we can do with this. It comes with the stock Roswell pickups, and I placed the EQ here in the first slot in the effects chain, and if you do this, you're basically addressing the pure guitar signal, so the signal that's coming from the guitar. Currently it's turned off, but let's see if we will get a sound which is maybe more like the famous TB4, Seymour Duncan TB4 bridge pickup. What we should do is maybe we should raise some upper mids. So let's try this around the 1.6K and maybe a little bit of the 4K, and let's see what that does. So this is without the EQ. This with the EQ. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but here in the room I can clearly hear the difference. And I have to say, yeah, it's really sounding more like the Seymour Duncan pickup. What is a little bit annoying is that here is a little bit of a phasing issue because I dialed out the mids here, so let's raise them again. Again, the signal without the EQ and then with the EQ. Let's raise it again. Let's check out if we raise the 800 Hz a little bit. So what is also affecting the input signal is of course the distortion block here. So if I turn that off, maybe the difference is more audible. So yeah, I'd recommend to boost these frequencies maybe around the 1.6K. And depending on the EQ, you can boost the frequencies around these a little bit here to make it more, well, a little bit more even, the slope. If that makes sense. Dial it back here. Maybe you were running into phasing issues. But keep in mind, you may push the amp a little bit more, so you can dial back the overall volume a little bit. And yeah, what else? Let's see. What will happen if we will dial in the lower mids a little bit here and dial back the lows. You may have guessed it. That is maybe the key to let your Strat sound a little bit more like a Les Paul. For example, if you're playing a solo, especially on the neck pickup. Yeah, there you have it. It sounds a little bit more like a Les Paul, and of course it depends on your guitar how far you have to raise these lower mids. But usually that is the trick, to raise these frequencies around maybe 250 or 400 hertz. And also to compensate that, you can dial back the lows. And also because the Les Paul, due to the shorter scale, it doesn't have that much lows. Instead, it has lots of lower mids. So lows, which I'm referring to here, are the frequencies maybe around 100 hertz. So you could dial back these a little bit. If you want to make your guitar sound a little bit more like a single coil equipped guitar, maybe you have to raise the highs a little bit more. So here maybe around the 4K. So let's check that out. And also you can dial back the mids a little bit here and the lows. Of course, you can also split your humbuckers. But a split humbucker doesn't sound like a single coil usually. And if you apply this EQ, then hopefully you can hear that you can get a more single coil style sound. unfortunately, in this unit, you have only one EQ block. So with my clean tones, I'm using the EQ for shaping my clean tone usually. So I cannot use a clean tone here. Or maybe we could try some clean amp. So this is the usual tone with the humbucker. Sorry, this is a humbucker. Okay, we choose the dark deluxe here. Let's take the... why is it called dark, by the way? Silver Twin? Anyway, maybe because they are black-faced. Okay. So that is the humbucker tone. That is the tone with the split humbucker. And that is the tone with the split humbucker. Of course, I didn't dial in a tone here, so let's check out the split neck pickup and so play around with that if you want to make your well, humbuckers sound a little bit more like a single coil. And what else can we do? Well, of course, if you... Maybe let me go back to the initial patch here. Okay. Here we are at the VH4 patch, and let's use this EQ again here. First position. Dial out some of the mids and a little bit of treble, presence. And yeah, here, as you can see, usually I apply this little EQ curve to my distorted tones, but here we are using it as the first block in the signal chain again. So what else can we do? Well, maybe we can try to emulate the EMG active pickup, which has more output, but for that reason I'd well, just raise the mids to boost the overall signal. Just like maybe the green OD does here. You have much more saturation I think I have to dial out some mids here. The thing is, if you are boosting too much of the mids, then maybe you have to dial out a little bit of the mids afterwards, like you do with the Mesa Mark IV amps. So yeah, it sounds much more like an active pickup with this setting. And what else can we do? Maybe we can also try to get a little bit of a sound which is more like maybe the DiMarzio tone zone, which is similar top end to the GE4 in my opinion, but maybe a little bit more bass frequencies. So I would start with this. That sounds really nice to me. The thing with these different guitars, different pickups is it has to fit together with your setup. So in this case with the amp sound and yeah, everything you're dialing in here. So you cannot say basically my maybe LTD with EMGs will work with every amp setting. That's not the case. And the result is here, as you can see, where I'm trying to emulate different pickups or different guitar sounds. Some work better with this high gain tone, some maybe work less good. But this one seems to work quite nice. You can dial back a little bit of the gain here, I think. So let's turn off this. Let's check out how it sounds just with the EQ, and then we can boost it here a little bit more. If you don't use an overdrive here, you have a little bit more dynamics and of course less saturation, but also this green audio, it's cutting a lot of the bass frequencies and boosting a lot of the mids. So if you turn that off, maybe this setting which I had before here will have way too much bass frequencies. So what else? Yeah, another thing is if you'd like to have a good clean tone, then as you may know, I'm using only an EQ for that purpose and not an amp. So this is my clean tone. By the way, you can get these presets with my preset pack. Also for every other modeling unit you know. Just contact me, link is in the description below. But yeah, here you can see the EQ setting, and this may look a little bit more complicated, but it's basically not that complicated. Only I'm using a 10-band EQ here because I couldn't get the result with the 5-band graphic EQ in this unit. But basically I'm dialing out the mids and especially the lower mids and adding a lot of top end here, so around the 4 or 5K usually. Everything above 8K is not important for guitars, so even the 8K in a live situation might be not that important. And also everything maybe below 80 Hertz, I'd say, especially for acoustic guitars. And the other thing which I'm using heavily is a compression. because as you may know, the acoustic or the clean tones are way more dynamic than the high gain tones. So yeah, let's check out some other amps here. It also diesel VH4, okay, but well, here we have a Soldano. Lots of bass frequencies here. So let's put this amp here, this EQ here again, and let's try out this amp does with the beloved Tone Zone DiMarzio setting. Might be a little bit too much bass here. And also the thing is, if you crank one certain fader too much, and the difference is too big between the two maybe faders, then you will run into phasing issues. So always you have to hear if there's some kind of phasing happening. And usually you can reduce this by applying another Q, another quality to the curve, but anyway, with a graphic EQ you can maybe raise the other faders here a little bit. Let's see if we can dial back the bass here a little bit. It's a noticeable difference here. It's not only that you have more saturation, it's just that some of the phasing which the amp has seems to disappear here. So yeah, I hope you got it now. This is a very powerful tool to use an EQ as a first block in your effects chain, and I do that very often. Usually I'm using either a distortion overdrive pedal and usually some kind of a tube screamer or TO8. How is it called? OD9 here. Okay. But yeah, if I cannot get good results, then I use also an EQ and yeah, apply my favorite settings, usually dialing out some bass and treble frequencies and some mids around the 800 Hz. That is always a good thing to do if you want to boost your amp. But as I showed you, if you would like to simulate different guitar types or pickup types, then maybe yeah, you can try these frequencies out, which I showed you. And of course, get my preset pack, subscribe to my channel. See ya.